Who really wins in a war? Is it the soldiers who return home or the nations that claim victory? This question echoes through history, a haunting reminder of the profound costs of conflict. The monuments and memorials stand as silent witnesses to the sacrifices made. While history books declare victors and losers, the reality is far more complex. The lines between victory and defeat blur when we consider the human toll. War leaves an indelible mark on all involved, a tapestry woven with threads of suffering, loss, and destruction. The scars of war are not just physical, but emotional and psychological. The true cost of war extends far beyond battlefields, seeping into the very fabric of societies and echoing across generations. The pain and trauma are passed down, affecting even those who never witnessed the conflict. We often associate victory with triumph and celebration. Parades and medals give the illusion of a clear-cut win. However, the aftermath of war reveals a hollow victory. The desolation and the haunted eyes of soldiers tell a different story. The human cost, the economic devastation, and the environmental degradation paint a starkly different picture. The true price of war is often hidden beneath the surface. It is in understanding these hidden costs that we begin to grasp the true nature of war's legacy. The names etched in stone and the stories of veterans reveal the depth of the impact. The quest for peace, therefore, becomes not just a noble ideal, but a necessary pursuit for the well-being of humanity and the planet. It is a journey towards healing and rebuilding, ensuring a better future for all. The most devastating and immediate cost of war is the loss of human life. Each life lost represents a story cut short, a family left in mourning, and a community forever changed. Millions perish on battlefields, victims of bullets, bombs, and the brutal realities of combat. The sheer scale of destruction is almost incomprehensible, with entire generations sometimes wiped out in the blink of an eye. Yet the human toll extends far beyond those killed in action. The survivors, too, bear the scars of war, both visible and invisible. Civilians, often caught in the crossfire, face unimaginable suffering. Innocent lives are disrupted, and the most vulnerable, including children, endure the harshest realities. Families are torn apart, homes destroyed, and communities shattered. The fabric of society is often irreparably damaged, leaving a void that can take generations to heal. War inflicts deep psychological wounds. The mental and emotional toll on those who serve is profound and often overlooked. Soldiers returning from combat may carry the invisible scars of PTSD, haunted by the horrors they witnessed. These psychological wounds can be as debilitating as any physical injury. The trauma of war can reverberate through families and communities for generations, leaving lasting emotional and mental health consequences. The ripple effects of conflict touch every aspect of life. The human cost of war is a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring impact of conflict on the human spirit. Memorials and remembrance events serve as poignant reminders of the sacrifices made.
It's like the war never truly ends. The echoes of conflict continue to resonate long after the last shot is fired. The battles might stop, but the pain and loss, they linger, affecting everyone, even those who never set foot on the battlefield. The legacy of war is a heavy burden carried by all.
War is a voracious consumer of resources, diverting vital funds from education, healthcare, and infrastructure. The economic consequences of war are far-reaching and long-lasting. Industries crumble, trade networks collapse, and economies grind to a halt. Reconstruction efforts can take decades, leaving nations grappling with debt and instability.
The pursuit of military superiority often comes at the expense of social programs and economic development. The billions, even trillions of dollars spent on weapons, ammunition, and military operations could be invested in alleviating poverty, improving healthcare, and promoting education.
The economic devastation wrought by war represents a tragic misallocation of resources, hindering the potential for growth and prosperity. Modern warfare leaves an appalling mark on the environment. Explosions poison the air and water, toxic chemicals contaminate the soil, and deforestation becomes rampant. The long-term consequences of these environmental assaults are dire, leading to health problems, loss of biodiversity, and climate change.
The use of depleted uranium munitions, for example, contaminates land for centuries, rendering it uninhabitable and posing severe health risks. Oil spills and industrial pollution further exacerbate the environmental devastation.
War's impact on the environment transcends borders, contributing to global environmental crises and jeopardizing the health of the planet for generations to come. Section 5. The ripple effect. How war's impact spreads. The consequences of war are not confined to the geographical boundaries of conflict zones. The ripple effects of war spread like shockwaves, impacting neighboring countries and the wider world. Refugee crises emerge as millions flee their homes in search of safety, straining resources and creating tensions in host countries. The globalized nature of the modern world means that economic instability in one region can trigger a domino effect, impacting trade, finance and development worldwide. Moreover, war often breeds extremism and terrorism, creating fertile ground for future conflicts. The interconnectedness of today's world necessitates a global perspective on the far-reaching consequences of war. Section 6. Profiteers of conflict: short-term gains, long-term consequences. While the vast majority suffer from war, a select few profit from conflict. Arms manufacturers, private military contractors and corrupt officials may reap financial rewards, but these gains are often short-lived and come at a tremendous human cost. The pursuit of profit from conflict perpetuates a vicious cycle of violence and instability. It diverts resources from essential services and undermines efforts to build a more just and peaceful world. The true cost of war cannot be measured solely in dollars and cents, for it is the erosion of ethical values and the normalization of violence that pose the greatest threat to humanity's future. Section 7. Peaceful resolutions, beacons of hope. Despite the devastating history of war, there are glimmers of hope.
Throughout history, conflicts have been resolved peacefully through diplomacy, negotiation, and reconciliation. These examples demonstrate that even the most entrenched conflicts can be overcome through dialogue and a commitment to finding common ground.
The peaceful resolution of the Good Friday Agreement in Northern Ireland, for instance, stands as a testament to the power of dialogue and compromise in ending decades of sectarian violence.
Similarly, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in South Africa, while imperfect, offered a path towards healing and forgiveness after the horrors of apartheid.
Section 8. International cooperation. Building bridges, not walls. International institutions such as the United Nations play a crucial role in maintaining peace and preventing future conflicts.
By fostering dialogue, promoting diplomacy, and providing a platform for peaceful resolution, these organizations strive to create a more stable and secure world. The International Court of Justice adjudicates disputes between states, while peacekeeping forces help to maintain stability in conflict zones.
International cooperation, though often imperfect, provides a framework for addressing global challenges and promoting peace. Strengthening these institutions and upholding international law are essential steps in preventing future wars. Section 9. Sowing the seeds of peace. Actions for a better world. Building a more peaceful world requires action at all levels of society.
Individuals can contribute by promoting understanding, challenging prejudice, and advocating for peaceful solutions. Supporting organizations that work for peace, engaging in dialogue with those who hold different views, and raising awareness about the true costs of war are all meaningful steps we can take.
On a collective level, governments and institutions must prioritize diplomacy, invest in conflict prevention, and address the root causes of war, such as poverty, inequality, and resource scarcity.
Promoting sustainable development, upholding human rights, and fostering intercultural understanding are essential pillars of a more peaceful and just world.
Section 10. A call to action, choosing peace over conflict. In the final analysis, peace is not merely the absence of war, it is a conscious choice we must make every single day. It is a commitment to fostering harmony in our homes, our communities, and our nations. It requires us to acknowledge the interconnectedness of humanity, to embrace empathy and compassion, and to reject violence as a solution to our differences. We must understand that every act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to a larger tapestry of global peace. The true winners in war are not those who claim victory on the battlefield, but those who strive to build a world where such conflicts are unthinkable. They are the ones who work tirelessly to ensure that future generations inherit a world of understanding and mutual respect. Let us choose dialogue over destruction, cooperation over conflict, and understanding over intolerance. By engaging in open conversations and seeking common ground, we can resolve our differences without resorting to violence. Let us work together to create a world where peace is not just a dream, but a living reality for all. A world where every individual feels valued and heard, and where our collective efforts lead to lasting harmony. The future of humanity depends on it. Our actions today will shape the world of tomorrow, and it is up to us to choose peace over conflict.